I'll wait for people to come in. But I'm going live because I'm going to go ahead and set up Joe's, because as I noted sometime yesterday in a short, like I said, I probably should wait for people to come in. That's kind of rude of me not to, I suppose. But I'm going to set up basically Joe's area. Well, what was the Broody jail, I'm now calling it the maternity ward. I'm going to set that up because I don't feel like fighting. Hey, Hardrine, thank you for coming in. I know it's kind of impromptu, but I figured I'd rather do a live of this since I've got to do it than, record and talk about it later. But I'm basically going to set up Joe's, what is the Broody jail. I'm going to set it, this is where I had the other, when I had the hatchings earlier, I put them in here so that I can get to them easier. They're separated from the other girls so we don't mix up eggs, all the things. And then I got to remember how I did this. So I'm setting up the maternity ward for her. Hey, Michelle. Yeah, let me turn it around. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm getting some bricks because I don't like the, I'm going to use the dog cage as where I'm going to set the eggs, or where I'm going to set her in the eggs where she'll sit. But I like to set up these bricks so they're off the ground. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then I still have to go get her. And I still have to see if, I'm assuming the chickens laid eggs. So what I'm going to do here, this is set up, and then I'm going to put I don't even know why I put that actually down there. I kind of did that differently. I'm going to get an open litter box. And that's where I'll put the hay. So I'm just checking to make sure there's nothing weird in here. Okay, hey Michelle. Okay, so I'm going to go walk over to her. I'm going to get some eggs. I'll get the litter box along the way. How's everyone doing today? I think I'm hitting probably people's lunch hour. So this is kind of like my chicken supply area. I should probably get something different. Is that the only one I have? I had another one. This will work fine. Okay. So I'm going to put some, make sure there's nothing creepy crawling in there. Okay. I'm going to go get Joe. I think I'm just going to do, so when I've cracked open the eggs, since having roosters, when I've cracked open the eggs, I will say for the most part, my roosters are pretty on point. Their father has a 99.98% accuracy rate, so I'm pretty confident they inherited their father's, I don't know what to call that, basically these roosters aren't shooting blanks. How about that? Hey Hamani, I'm doing a quick live. I don't want to keep fighting nature. This is Joe's, like I said, 7th time going broody. Where is she even at? So she was right here earlier today. So the fact that, hey pretty girl. So the fact that she moved over here means she's sitting on somebody's eggs. So let me I'm always trying to set y'all where y'all can still see what's happening, but I may not be able to do that right now. Here, hold on. Hi. Here, I'll put you over here. Maybe y'all can... Ah! Okay, hopefully y'all can kind of... Y'all may not be able to see perfectly, but y'all can see something. Okay, so let me first get some... Actually, let's do this first. Hi, everyone. Hi, Amy. So I guess it's chicken time. Yeah, I thought about it last night. I don't know if I'll regret this decision in 21 days, but I don't want to keep fighting Joe. She's gone broody for the 7th time. So I'll share this story again. I shared it yesterday. So when Joe hatched my first set of what do you call it? Chicks, she had actually helped out because Addison and Adele were sitting on those eggs for about 18 days. And then Addison and Adele, basically they got bored. They're like, yeah, I'm not into this whole sitting on the egg thing. Luckily around that time, Joe got broody for the first time. And I was able to let her sit on eggs. So basically, let me see how many eggs I have. And as long as you let them, as long as they sit on eggs within 7 days of them being laid, they're able to fertilize. Yes, I'm trying to get you some eggs. Your sisters aren't laying a whole lot of eggs right now. That's only, usually I have like 4 or 5 eggs by now, but I do not have a lot of eggs. Well, I'll bring you whatever. Okay, so we have 2 eggs right now. If the girls hatch anymore, I'll bring them to her. But I think I'm just going to give her maybe 3 eggs. Hi, Mama 3. Hi, Kate. So what I'm doing as y'all come in, Kate, you kind of guilted me the other day when you said, our cycles and, a woman's cycles are the woman's cycles. And so this is her 7th time going broody. And so I'm going to let her sit on some eggs. And like I said, I was just sharing the story of she only sat on the eggs that I hatched in April for 3 days because Addison and Adele mainly sat on, and they're always so curious about what I'm doing. Addison and Adele had sat on those eggs for 18 days and then they got bored. So let me just make sure there's no other eggs in here. Because sometimes they like to hide eggs. It's kind of fascinating. Okay, Joe. Okay. So I'm going to set y'all here. I'll let y'all look at me for real quick. Not that close up, but there you go. Okay, we're going to go to the maternity ward. What do you think about that? Here, we're going to the maternity ward. Are you excited? You remember that? She's so not interested in this conversation. Okay, come on. Okay. Hey, I'm giving in to your desire to have children or have hatchlings. So the roosters, as I was kind of saying as people were coming in, when I cracked open the eggs for, for our breakfast and stuff like that, the eggs have been they have been fertile for the most part. Their father, Uno, was pretty accurate out of all, because I hatched, let's see, what's 5, and so if I got 5 and then 12 eggs out of those, and not all the eggs made it, so even though they were fertile, it's kind of sad. But I think, and then my mother-in-law had 2 or 3 hatchings from Uno's eggs, and he has he had like a 99.98% accuracy rate is what I would say, Uno's accuracy rate. And I would say his sons, oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. His sons are pretty accurate. So when I cracked open the egg, so that's the view you're going to get from me for a little bit. It won't take long. I got, oh, it's okay, don't. Oh, she flew off, but I'll get her. Okay, she flew off. I may have to just do this one at a time. Come here, little girl. Oh, there's a big broody poop. Okay, close your eyes or leave them open. That's a big giant broody poop. That's a big giant broody poop because, oh, it smells nasty. It's huge because they will quite literally sit on these eggs for up to 23 and a half hours. There are some broody hens that won't get up at all. You have to make sure they eat and drink water. But most broody hens, sorry you're seeing. Let me switch the camera around. You have to make sure they get up off their nest. That's why I'm bringing her over here, so I don't have to kind of be the one to keep an eye on her to get out of her nest. But there are broody hens who will sit on, and especially as it gets closer to the 21 days, they will not leave. Chickens can not have to have food or water for about 3 days, so they will sit those last 3 days until the first hatching. And what's fascinating about these 21 days, it is almost to the hour 21. So if she sits on these eggs and settles in on them, 20 days almost to the hour will be when, if they're fertile, right? And if they make it, if all things work out, these eggs will hatch 21 days almost to the second. So, oh, sorry, to the hour, the eggs will hatch. So I'm thinking about putting a camera in here if people want to. I don't know if I'll do 24-hour streaming of the 21 days, but you know, I'll put a camera in here so people can watch the process. I'm going to put y'all over here so y'all can watch what's happening. If there's questions, make sure to put a 3 QQQs so I can go back and see the questions, and my moderators will let me know if there's any questions. So hold on real quick. It's okay, Joe. You've been here before. Just setting up your maternity ward. You know how this works. So I'm trying to decide if I actually want. Last time I actually did not. Actually, I don't know if I want to put the bin in here. We'll see. And they actually say because she's been sitting for, 2 days now or a day and a half. Some people recommend you only do this changeover at night. Because she's been sitting, I know she's broody. It's whether or not she knows, because she's going to want to keep going back to that nest, right? You can see. So what I'm going to do here, and I know this may seem mean, I need to let her, y'all can't see anything. So I'm going to put her in here. I need her to see these eggs. Look. Look. Do you see the eggs? Go see the eggs. Look at the eggs. So I'm going to set her in here because I need her to I need her to see the eggs, basically. She may not, I'm probably too distracting. Most people recommend you do this at night. I think she'll be fine. I have a towel I can put over her just to get her to calm down if I need to. Because right now she just knows she's in a strange place. It's okay. It's okay. And then if the girls have any more eggs today, I don't think I'll do more than 5 because I don't necessarily want 5 more. I mean, if they were all hens, great. It'd be great, but you just don't know. But I might give her 3 eggs to sit on. They will sit on as many eggs as they are able to put underneath their body. So that can be a lot of eggs depending on the size of the bird. Okay, I'm going to pick up the camera or pick up the phone. Let's see. Make sure, see if I have any questions. So y'all can look at her. Hey, Grant. Oh, I kind of want to see this message. What did somebody say? Oh, that's Mia's question. Oh, why did they hide your question, Mia? That's so weird. Since her temp raises, is she really? Yeah, she's very warm. So, thank you for bringing that up, Mia. So it has to be, I think it's like greater than 98 degrees, and her body will just continue to heat up. They also do a thing where they'll pluck out their feathers underneath their, let me, because she, oh, don't step on it. Um, They'll also pluck their feathers from their chest so it touches close to their body. It gets really close to their body. So yeah, that the body temperature, I'll put it in the description. The body temperature has to get pretty extreme. So let's see. Okay, thank you, Hamani. And so she was kind of getting them in there. So she still kind of wants to, she sees them, but you know, she knows her nest. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and close this so she can get acclimated. Usually it's probably because I'm out here that she's kind of, you know, she's like, Mother, what are you doing to me? I mean, again, she's been in this area before. She did see the eggs, but she knows her nest. That's, you know, that's, her comfort is the nest. So we'll see what happens. I'll go ahead and go get her food so she can kind of settle down a little bit. Okay, so let me go get some food and water for her. Let's see, I've seen them. Oh, they will, Mia. They'll mash their own eggs. That's what happened to the first set of eggs that I got. I think I had gotten 9 eggs that time. Maybe I got 12, I can't remember. A good amount of them because Addison and Dale they were first time moms, you know. I didn't know what was happening. They didn't know what was happening. The general rule of thumb is to let animals do what animals are going to do, and that's what I learned. By the time Ellis sat on some eggs, I barely bothered Ellis because it's just better to let animals do what's natural and instinctive. So yeah, some of them did lost. Probably by day 10 or 17, I can do what they call candling the egg to see if it is fertile. But even that, I'm probably not going to do because I just don't want to mess anything up, right? Y'all want to go out? Here, y'all can go out. Y'all go out. Say hi to your adoring fans. Up. Okay. Oh, and there's Teddy. Teddy's doing good. Teddy is doing very good. So there's Teddy. Okay. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Oh, the hatch rate. Where'd it go? Where did the... Oh, I love chai, if that's what y'all were talking about. Have you seen a baby have a hard time getting... Yes, I actually had to help a couple get out of their shell. I believe Alex, I had to help Alex get out of his shell because there's actually 2 inner linings in the shell. There's 2 inner linings, and so basically they pick themselves out of their shell, but there's 2 inner linings, and if that second one doesn't open, or the second most inner line doesn't open, you can get what's called what's it called? The plastic wrap. That's kind of what it's called, and you kind of have to help them break that so they don't suffocate under themselves. Do you know your hatch rate? So, like I said, the first time around, a lot of lessons were learned. Basically, leave the chicken alone, leave the hen alone. The other hatch rate, I had 12 eggs. 12 eggs. Ellis cracked 1, but out of the 11 that were left, all of those hatched. So, like I said, Uno, that was from Uno. He was the rooster. Uno has a very high hatch rate. Owen, Mark, and Alex are his sons. And when we crack, because one of the first things, every time my husband cracks open an egg, for breakfast, because he does brunch on the weekends. And so every time he cracks open an egg, every time I crack open an egg, I always look to see what they're, to see if it's fertile or not. And so far, so good. There might be, fertile eggs doesn't equal successful hatch rate, because it's all about whether or not that hen sits on that egg. So we'll see what she does in the next. Like I said, sometimes it's better to do this at night. I went ahead and did it because she was already, like I said, she's already spent 2 nights in the nest hanging out. And so I have not been showing you all the chickens. Y'all got to let me know this anyway. So the hatch rate, apparently they're afraid of the wind right now. And so a pretty successful hatch rate so far. Fertilization rate. And then, yeah, when you leave them alone, pretty successful hatch rate. So like I said, I'm probably not, she is a good mother. As you can see, she loves being broody. She's a good mom. So I'm probably not, other than to make sure she eats once a day. I do put a Ring camera on her. I mentioned at the start I might stream live for a few hours a day. It quite literally will be just watching a hen for however long the battery of my phone lasts. And then of course, as it gets closer to those 21 days, like day 20, I'll, put the live on. So like around this time on day 20, 21, somewhere in there, I'll put a camera, because as I was saying at the start, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning, from the time she truly sits on those eggs, and I don't mean kind of sitting, getting acclimated, but sitting and not really moving except for 1 or 2 times a day for about 15, 30 minutes. It's almost to the hour that those eggs will hatch 21 days later. So depending on, probably in the next hour or 2, if she gets herself settled in, I'll mark the time that I see that she's settled. And then 21 days from now, those, if they're successful, if they're fertile eggs, if she was successful in sitting on them, they'll start hatching. I mean, it's a slow process. It happens, but I'll go ahead and share that. White leghorn chickens have a very floppy red comb. They do. Yeah, that's a Delaware right there that I have. But, hey, Bellflower, I've decided I just shared, Kate kind of guilted me on the comment where I said that somebody's going back to broody gel. Joe, I kind of told myself last night, you know what, I'm going to give her 3 eggs. If she wants to sit on eggs, I'm going to give her 3 eggs to sit on. And so we'll see what happens. Let's see. How do you decide which eggs to eat and which to let? We eat all of them. It's really a decision on if I'm going to hatch or not this year. I had sworn up and down I didn't want to deal with chicks. Originally I'd always buy pullets. So pullets are, y'all are about, I don't want y'all to witness an assault. Anyway, when pullets, about anywhere from, 3 to 4 months, that's usually when I get my hens, from a breeder. I didn't really want to deal with having chicks, even though I have the setup for it and stuff. I didn't really want to deal with it. And that was up until April of this year. I had 2 of my Jubilees went broody at the same time. And so I didn't want to keep fighting them by taking them out, putting them away for 4 days. It's just a struggle to break the broodiness. And so I went ahead and let them hatch. Soon after that, Ellis went broody. And then in that time, Joe has gone broody. This is her 7th time going broody this year. So I'm going to let her do her thing. And like I said, I just broke down. Pullets, they're, under a year old. That's a good way to define that. Yeah. Pullets are hens under a year old. So I'm going to let her hatch. I'm just going to give her 3. I mean, I may give her 5 just to increase the odds. We'll see what happens. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, it should be fun. Let me make sure there's not any other questions. You have a lot of power, Kate. So, when these things, if I end up with 3 roosters, guess where they're headed? There'll be a special shipment to Seattle with your name on it. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, Grace, let's see. She has a new, oh, she does. Oh, I love that picture. Grace, you're so beautiful. You're very classic beauty, Grace. Hey, Sailing Cook. For those of you new, I'm just sharing with the world that I shared yesterday that Joe had gone broody again, meaning she's preparing her body to try to hatch eggs. And instead of fighting it another time, because I don't want her in there by herself with nothing to do in the broody jail that I have. So I'm just going to go ahead and let her hatch 3. I may give her 5 eggs and we'll just see what happens. She'll sit on those for about 21 days. And then, yeah, we'll see what ends up happening. So let me bring her some food. This is the goat pen area. I put the roosters over here this morning because they were being ridiculous. But then Alex just flew out. So that did not solve the issue. Probably should do this one at a time. Okay, since I have a phone in my hand. Okay, I'll put. I'm so sorry. Thank you, moderators. I didn't realize. I think I actually hit the mute button when I turned the camera around. My apologies. All I was saying is, I'm just walking the food and water over. And then I said that hopefully by the time I get over here, she's settled down a bit. I have amazing moderators. So I'm just bringing her some food and water. And once I see that she's settled down, oh, perfect. Are y'all ready? See? So she settled down on those eggs. I'll probably leave the cage door closed for a few hours just to make sure. If the other girls lay any more eggs, I'll bring those over and everything. I have eggs in the house. And as long as you, hen lays an egg, as long as those eggs I need to bring a chair in here. As long as those eggs, or I can do squats, right? I should have some squats. I should be able to squat by now, right? As long as they sit on those eggs, oh, I see. Oh yeah, there's still two eggs in there. As long as they sit on those eggs within 7 days, it's quite possible that they'll be incubated. So I could give her some eggs that are in the house from yesterday, but because I know, yeah, she doesn't like that I'm talking too much or talking too loud. So we'll get her settled in. As long as I bring her some eggs, she'll be okay. So like I said, I'll let her settle in a little bit. Apparently all that water I walked over just came out. So yeah, I have 2 eggs under her. I'll bring her 1 or 3 more. We'll see how generous I want to be. With how many eggs I will let her hatch. And we'll see what happens. And then if she does good, maybe 21 days from now we'll have some chicks. Maybe I can do a maybe I can do a contest. Name your chick, right? Oh, that would be hilarious. I do need to drink some water. I had some inside. Oh, Mantham, I saw that message. Oh, those people are funny. Oh, I wish he had kept that one up. Women should be loud. There's a lot of people that can't hear in the world. So black women should always be loud. Everyone should always be loud, because there's a lot of people that are unable to hear. What does the Bible say? For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have eyes, let them see. Unfortunately, a lot of the world does not do either. Anyway, so let's see. I don't have an Indian guy as a moderator. Probably because you were not available. But anyway, but I do not have a guy as a moderator. So let's see. Yeah, I do need some water. So, but yeah, the chickens are fun. Let me make sure. Oh, thank you so much, Kyle. Yeah, thank you for letting me know about the mute. Let me make sure there's nothing. Oh, and Josie Ann, I think I'm not. I hope I'm not interrupting. Josie Ann had a live earlier, so just make sure y'all go see that. Hey, GC, what's Joe up to now? So, Joe, you're gonna be a mama. I broke down, and I'm gonna let Joe hatch some eggs. So, your hen is gonna. I'm gonna let her sit on some eggs for 21 days, and we'll see if she. We'll see if they hatch anything. And so I'm trying to decide now if I want to do a do a contest where people get to, depending on how many chicks, people get to name their chicken. Oh, let's see. I'd like to suggest Shakira. Yep, that would be funny. Shakira. That'd be a fun name. So yeah, so it just depends on how many we have. So yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get Joe some more water. I'll come back. I'm gonna put the Ring camera up so I can keep an eye on her. And then what I'll do is, again, depending on how generous I am, because I know probably y'all are like, oh, just give her 12 eggs to sit on. Give her however many eggs to sit on. I will decide a number of eggs, because the thing about, I am doing okay with 3 roosters. I don't know that I would do okay with more than that. And it is. So it is very hard to give roosters away, because not everyone has good intentions when it comes to roosters. I have no problems if people eat chicken and roosters. I have zero problem with that. But I do have issues with, because I've eaten roosters that we've raised before. I do have a problem when it comes to fighting, and that is a thing, unfortunately, where people do the illegal rooster fighting, and so I don't ever want to get into that. So, okay, so Bantham, you've got to calm yourself. So, anyway, so yeah, so that's sort of the reality of rooster, and why it's hard to give roosters away, because you just never know what's going to happen to them. Hey, Connie, hope you're doing well. Okay, you're going live tomorrow, Amy, at 6 p.m. Should we assume Eastern time, Amy? And that will be on your travel channel, correct? So, yeah. Okay. So we're going to assume... So, yeah, just, if you see Amy, let us know your travel channel, and then let us know what time zone that will be. And then if anyone else is going live today, feel free to put something in because I do enjoy watching. Due to the things beyond my control, I have time these days. There will be a point where I don't have all the time in the world, so I do enjoy watching y'all's lives and everything. So yeah, so that's what's happening with Joe. I left I put her, so the Brood Joe, our UK Joe, I put her in what used to be called the Broody Gel. It's now the Maternity Ward for Joe. I have her set up in a dog crate. I gave her 2 eggs so far, because that's all that was in the nest. And then I'll check in a few hours because there were a few other hens about to lay eggs. I'll check in a few hours to see how many more eggs I got. I will give her up to 1 to 3 more eggs. So she'll either have a total of 3 that she's sitting on or a total of 5. And then thank you so much for coming, George. I need to catch up on what you've been doing over there. So real quick, if you want to learn about like just really good editing your videos and things like that, Sailing Cook George, he will do lives of showing people how he edits his video. Well, first of all, his videos are amazing. He cooks on a sailboat, so we all want to live that life, right? But then he goes through his process of how he does his video edit. So I highly, highly, highly recommend Sailing Cook George to check out his videos on what he's doing over there. Oh, you're okay. Yeah, just let us know. My kitty's got into a fight. Joe, they finally made up. That's so good. Yeah, so Kate, since you guilted me the first time, how many eggs should I give Joe to sit on? So Kate guilted me into this in her own way. So Kate, you let me know how many eggs I should actually give Joe. Again, I want to do 3 to no more than 5, but we'll see. I don't know if he dropped it, but if you type in Sailing Cook George, his site will come up. I don't know if he dropped it earlier though. So yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. I'm going to fill up her water. I'll make sure I'll do a post of how many eggs I eventually give her. 5 is a sacred number for a Chinook. Okay, so we're going with 5. I love it. I love it. That's a number we can agree on. So, I'll post a picture of her sitting on my community. And then at some point, once she's settled a bit, I'll set up a camera. Again, I'm not trying to waste people's time and do a thing of all 21 days, but I will do some lives here and there of just so that people enjoy watching chickens just be chickens. So I'll run the camera for as long as the battery lasts, and then as we get closer to day 21, I'll put a camera on her for 21 hours so y'all can at minimum see the first little peeps and everything. So that's what I will provide on this channel if you're interested, along with everything else, right? Along with everything else I'm trying to do in the world. So yeah, so thank y'all for joining. I hope y'all have a good rest of your work day. Have a good lunch, get a walk in. I need to drink some water, or my moderators are going to come get me. And so I'm going to drink some water. I need to check mail. And then I'm going to get Joe some water as well. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. I appreciate you all. Take care. Bye-bye. And sorry I went mute earlier. I did not mean to do that. But y'all have a good one. Bye-bye. And enjoy the replay to the replay crew. I have to remember to say that. Okay, bye-bye.